pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Is there any public comment? Is there anyone here from the public that wishes to comment? Is there any public comment going on? No public comment going on. Okay. So for the purpose of this public hearing is to consider the gender-neutral Board of Select Person ordinance. In your packet, you will see the proposed gender-neutral ordinance regarding the Board of Selectmen and the office of the First Select Woman and First Select Man. You will see the red strikeouts. Everybody can just review it and let me know your thoughts and considerations. If you're okay with this, then we will move this forward to the Board of Selectmen meeting. And then if it's approved in the Board of Selectmen meeting, we have to wait 10 days before we can take action on it. We will then put it on our agenda at the Board of Selectmen meeting and then vote on it. Selectman Bone? Any questions? Sorry. Bruno?
I just noticed it says First Select Man, but I think you want to change that to First Select Person, right? Does it look like the man has been inserted and the person's been left?
Yeah.
And it's also the same way at the bottom. It says First Select Woman. I think
No, it's
No.
they're amended to substitute those terms,
They're amended, yep.
right?
So,
Why would you substitute woman when you should have Select Person?
because I am it's the first Select Woman, First Select Man.
So, well, you're... Oh, got it.
So
Okay.
this
Sorry.
is the Board of Select Persons?
Sorry, makes sense. Got it. Very good.
It's
Sorry.
okay.
Yeah, that's good. I thought we were going personal around. My bad.
No, we're not. We're going to keep it First Selectman, First Select Woman,
Makes sense.
because that's not the board. It's the Board of Select Persons.
And then it's and or.
That's for the individual.
Right.
Right.
So this is a public hearing, is there anybody else?
From the public? Nope, there's nobody here from the public. Okay.
Yeah.
Can I have a motion to close public?
So moved.
Motion?
If I may be heard?
Oh, go ahead.
Absolutely.
Fred Stanek, if I may. I'd like to mention the source or the history of the use of the term Board of Selectmen. As we know, in New England, we have boards of selectmen or Board of Select Persons, and the derivation of this term started in the early 1600s after the colonization of the country. The adult voting population of the small towns like Seymour would annually meet in a town meeting to act as a legislature to pass budgets and legislation. At that time, day-to-day operations of the town were simply delegated to different people, different men generally, to take care of matters. But as the towns grew in population and too large for certain individuals to handle daily operations, the towns began to elect an executive board of select men, hence the name, to run things for the town. And of course, at that time, women were not allowed to vote. It's not till about 100 years ago that women gained the right to vote. And this use of the term select men and select man continued in our statutes and in our charters all these years. I think it's time that we pass this type of ordinance, and ultimately when we go to charter revision again, we modify the charter, because that has to be done by the town, by town vote, to include the female gender also. I think it's important, it's long overdue, and this is something my wife Karen wanted to see done when she was a select person, but never got accomplished. So I'm happy to propose this, and I hope that we adopt it.
Thank you, Selectman Stanek.
Thank you.
With that, can I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
We had a motion by Bob.
Bob,
Yep. So moved.
second
I'll second.
by Chris, thank
By
you.
Selectman Ball.
Selectman Bowen, thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion carries 6-0. Thank you. Public hearing's closed.
evening. I'll read the call of the meeting. A special town meeting of the electors and citizens qualified to vote in town meeting of the town of Seymour, Connecticut will be held in the Norma Drummer Room at Seymour Town Hall at 1 First Street, Seymour, Connecticut on the 6th day of September 2022 at 6:45 p.m. for the purpose of discussion and voting on the following items. A supplemental appropriation in excess of $100,000 for transfer control number 8 regarding garbage collection. B, a supplemental appropriation in excess of $100,000 for transfer control number 9 regarding employee health insurance dated at Seymour, Connecticut, the 18th day of August 2022 by Anne Marie Clerk.
Mr. Burke, at this time, do we have a quorum?
We do not.
We do not have a quorum. Thank you everyone for coming and declare town meeting adjourned for lack of quorum, not inclement weather. The Board of Selectmen will now meet and vote upon the two items. One, supplemental appropriation in excess of $100,000 for transfer control number 8 regarding garbage collection. And number 2, a supplemental appropriation in excess of $100,000 for transfer control number 9 regarding retiree health insurance. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Is there any public comments? Any public comments? 3 times, there's no public comments. Can I have a motion to accept the approval of the minutes from the August 16, 2022 regular Board of Selectmen meeting?
So moved.
Motion by Pat Lombardi, second by Al Bruno. Any discussion? Yes, Mr. Selectman Stanek?
Thank you, Mayor. First Selectwoman. In the minutes, page 4, item number 11. With regard to the vote was listed as 4 yes, 0 no, 1 abstain. Then later on, all 5 of the board members who were present are listed as voting yes. I abstain.
Okay, we'll make that correction.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Okay. With that noted correction, all in favor?
Aye.
Abstain. Chair votes aye. Please note that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 yeses, 2 abstentions. Please note Bob Finley and Trish Danker's abstention. Can I have a motion to approve the August 25th, 2022 special Board of Selectmen meeting?
Motion to approve the August 25th, 2022 special Board of Selectmen meeting.
Motion by Pat Lombardi, second by Al Bruno. All in favor, discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Abstain.
Abstain.
Chair votes aye, motion carries under the 5 yes, 2 abstentions. Please note Bob Finley and Trish Danker's abstention. Thank you. Can I have a motion to add to the agenda Great Hill Hose update on the 75th anniversary?
So moved.
Motion by Trish.
Seconded.
By Pat Lombardi. All in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion carries 6-0. Great Hill Hose?
There'll be 3 presenters, myself, Steve Kuno, and then one lady.
All right, just make sure you identify yourself, name and address for the record,
Well, right
please.
away, 56 days.
Thank you.
First up, we're going to discuss the traffic management plan, which has been approved by the police chief. I'll give you the summary. There will be a paid police officer with the plastic barricades at the intersection of Botsford and Country Club, and Botsford and Shirley Drive. The reason why we're doing that is there's multiple reasons. One, we don't want normal traffic to be going in front of the firehouse. They go fast, obviously, and there'll be a lot of kids there, a lot of people walking around the firehouse. We thought it was safer if we did that. Also, we want a place to put the members' vehicles when they respond to a call, as well as the vendor support staff. So we need that space, only for emergency vehicles now, to be for parking. We sent out 49 packets of information with just the mail. Okay. The houses around Botsford Road, Country Club, Magello's Farm, Elaine Drive, and Sherry Drive, see if they had any comments about our proposal. We included a cover letter about what we're doing. We included a go-around Davis Road for the other path, and what we're going to be doing with the parking. Nobody had any comments. Nobody contacted me by email or phone. Okay? For the side roads immediately around the firehouse and for Boxford Road from Davis to Gray Hill, it's going to be parking on one side only. We'll be putting up the parking, the no parking sign. Yes, I could be for that. There's presently a couple of detour signs that show people if they're coming from the Rotary and out, they need to hang a left onto Botsford. We're going to be pushing them down the Davis Road and hanging a left in order to come out past the firehouse. Brian Mysteric had no problem with that because it was a very short period of time, about 6 hours. Outside parking will be at the middle school. There will be bus from Allstate. They'll take people from the middle school to the bottom of Shirley Drive, dropping them off or picking them up, and then looping up Shirley Drive, back down Lane Drive to the middle school. 2 PD members on site, as well as the 2 PD the officers on both sides of what I just said. We have 7 vendors currently, and a beer and wine vendor is called the Mobile Pub. Mobile Pub has been in existence for about 8 years. This is what they do. I have a copy of their license from the state of Connecticut, state liquor commission, their insurance certificate, and the state permit use number. And what we'd like to do is not keep people really near the tents and stuff. What we'd like to do is to take the line and put signs up in the bottom of the hill behind David Show, which is where everybody will be. No liquor beyond this point. Doing that, we'd like that for a couple of reasons. One, we don't want people to go into these little areas, drink, and then go out and eat food. We want them to drink while they eat food. That's a lot safer. 2, we don't want the family members bringing their kids into that area for the same reason. We don't want them to drink fast and then leave. It's safer if they drink while they're eating. It's safer while they walk around, and they won't be gulping the food down. Spirits like that. We feel that would be safer that way. My plan is to put signs at the bottom of the hill, no liquor beyond this point, and we'll enforce it from the members as well as the 2 PD officers who will be there. If they step beyond the point, we can tell them to go back. The vendor will be supplying checking IDs, and they will be putting a wristband on everybody. So if you see somebody who doesn't have a wristband and drinking, that's going to raise a concern for us. There's going to be some children's things. There's going to be bounce house and face painting. That's another reason why we think it's better if the families come with the children. It's better for them to walk around, not to be drinking fast, which will reduce alcohol intake. And we feel that's a little bit better for the party atmosphere that we wish to address. I already said that. The Gregor Company will be buying a policy for that day, a rider, because we don't have any insurance. And I spoke with Tony Caserta today about asking the insurance broker to see what they feel about also getting a town rider. And we did use a standard contract that we kind of got from some other different places for all the food vendors. And, but that's it. Do you have any questions?
Does any other board member have any questions
On that.
on what Mr. Weatherwood spoke about? I only have
We
one.
spent a lot.
Oh,
Sorry.
I have one question. With the layout of the drinking area, Chief Buccarati is okay with that.
We told them where it was going to be.
Just make sure he's okay with that, because they have overall okay with it.
I know.
So I just want to make sure he's okay with
I
that.
know. Yep.
That's all
We
I have.
actually provided them with a sketch where everything was going to be, as well as the sketch about using Davis Road. That's the same information we gave to the 49 residents.
Okay. Just as long as he's okay with that, because I know sometimes they like to keep them in the bullpen.
I know.
So,
You need to take a look at the back of the firehouse. There's heavy brush in the rear, very heavy brush. And woods on the left and on the right. So moving that a little bit up to the bottom of the hill is just.
I just had to make sure that I asked that question
Okay.
for legality purposes, that the police department is fine with it.
Yeah.
That's all.
Do you have a rain day by any chance? No?
We don't.
Do you
It's rain
have,
or shine.
are you gonna get rain, oh, it's rain or shine?
Rain
Okay,
or
you're
shine.
not gonna get rain insurance or anything like that for,
No.
okay.
We feel that at the beginning of the week, if you know it's going to rain, we'll call these 7 vendors and say, it's up to you guys. 7 food vendors, sorry. Well, the band.
Just a recommendation, I didn't know.
And there are things you're starting to see around town. We have signs out in various places. We start seeing those. And I'd like to put a big banner where Spruce meets 67. It's town property. Town mows it. So if you're heading down 67, there's Webster Bank is on your right. And then you go a little bit further, no near with grass, and make sure it doesn't impede the state of DOT sign that's the routing.
Okay,
Then we have it's a 4 by 8 banner.
as long as it doesn't impede any DOT signs. it's
Yep.
okay.
Left is up.
Steve
layout of the block party, we're gonna have food trucks along the side of the back parking lot. Then there's also gonna be food trucks across the back of the field, behind the parking lot. And the lower field will utilize that also. I really don't have a lot to add to that. Paul did a really good job. While I'm standing here, I might as well plug the gala event that we're also holding, which is going to be at the Villa Bianca on October 22nd. And if you can spread the word around, it's open to the public. It is not a fundraising event, it's a celebration. And we have a 15-piece big band that's going to be providing entertainment. It's going to be a nice party. So I'm open to any questions.
What time is that, Gal?
The gala goes from 6 until 11 p.m. And it's a full sit-down dinner, open bar and entertainment. It's gonna be a good night.
Any selectmen have any comments? Mine only is, what if the food trucks get stuck in the, are any of the food trucks gonna be in the mud?
There,
Is grass?
if you're familiar with the ground around the back of that, it is just pretty much gravel. I tried putting a sign in the ground the other day, and it's like trying to put a sign in this concrete floor.
Okay.
It doesn't get muddy.
Just have to ask that question.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great, thank you.
Okay.
I noticed you did have signs, if you guys have signs, you wanna put them in front of town hall, I'm fine with putting it in front of town hall and in front of the library as well. And the
Okay,
community center.
we have 30, I call them lawn signs.
Yeah, the only thing, we can't put them on the school grounds right now, but you can put them in front of the community, in front of town buildings.
Okay.
Town hall, police department, community center,
Okay,
library.
that works.
Okay?
Yep. Any other questions? Thank you very much for hearing me.
All right. Good evening all. 47 First Avenue. This is Chief Seymour. So I'm here to talk about the layout of the street that we're going to be shutting down. So we plan on doing like some sort of presentation for some of the public just to kind of show what we do. So, I would like to set up a hose station where we're going to have just like small lines pulled off of a rig. That way people can shoot water into woods under low pressure just to kind of see what it's like for us to, sweep and pass and all of that we use, all of that things we use. I plan on setting up some sort of extrication tools out that we use for car accidents and, jaws of life, all that stuff. We use a ping pong ball to try to use techniques with it, so we're going to try to use have the public do that and see the dexterity of using that tool and what it takes for us to muscle that through and whatnot. Also, I'm trying to coordinate with getting one small vehicle up here to try to do an extrication presentation, so we'll do like 3 separate sessions where I have a crew that will go and actually go to work so that people can see what we're actually doing on all techniques we use for that. Here as well, I'd like to lay out a couple pieces of our gear from old school to the old, rubber boots they used to, the 3/4 they used to pull up, to the old, what you call black jackets, to the new technology we use, helmets, gloves, all the stuff that we use to keep us safe, as well as our SCBA. As far as that, just to kind of tell you what our apparatus are going to be, we plan on being on dual response that day. Engine 15, I'm going to get the chiefs on board with this, but I would like to take that apparatus out of service for the day. Considering we have an older engine, our 1949 Dodge is one of our original pieces, and one of our members has an older, the newer generation engine 15, and then our current engine 15 piece. We'd like to set that up in the bays of our firehouse so that we can see these times and things. Engine 16, Rescue 17, Tanker 19, and Utility 18, those pieces will all remain in service, so the town will be protected. We will be on dual response that day, so citizens will come up to our side of the county
have signups for potential young firemen? I forget the name of the program. Junior firemen. Will you have signups and opportunities will you be using this as a recruiting opportunity for that?
We did talk about that a little bit. I will be talking actually tonight with one of the lieutenants that was hitting on that portion of it. Yes, this is an opportunity for us to obviously recruit. We're always looking for new membership and stuff like that. Obviously for the younger folks, the young kids, it's a good opportunity for them to start and see what we can do, see if it's something they want to get into, if they can become involved. So yes, that is an opportunity for us to hopefully we can get some things together that we can actually.
You mentioned a lot of great things that you're going to have there. Do you have any marketing that we can post on the town website to be able to promote some of those things so they know that stuff's going to go on? Because that's pretty sharp.
Not yet. That's the part with Ethan. He's one of the lieutenants that I'm working with on this whole thing. So I just came today just to speak on position and everything. Great idea.
Yeah, if you can
Ethan
market
into
that,
social
that's
media stuff.
yeah.
I'm not into like the new technology. Somehow we can have Facebook. I stay off of it. But he will be working on that for sure.
Okay.
And if we do get anything that can both you guys and you can post for us, we'll make sure you guys do.
Good.
Just send it to Stephen or Stephen.
Any other questions?
Any other questions? I heard you say that you're gonna bring cars up to hopefully do the extrications for it. Only thing I ask is that, we look at it from an environmental liability as well, if there's gonna be any oil or any gasoline or anything, any diesel, that we take the proper precautions to ensure that there is no leakage.
Absolutely, yeah. Usually we use Dadios, and they're very good to us, so we usually take all of them to the top.
I know you guys, but I just, again,
Yep.
for the legality, I have to say.
Absolutely. Got it.
Thank you guys
All right.
so much. We look forward to both the block party as well as the gala. The gala, the tickets are $75 per person, $150 per couple. Please let them know if you're going to be going. It's a sit-down dinner. I'll be talking about it in my Selectmen comments as well. I know I am going. So if any other select person wants to go, we can all get a table together. Sit together and have fun. Yes.
Just to remind everybody, this is not a fundraiser for
Right.
it. We are spending, well,
Right, but it's not a fundraiser, but we're going to support you.
right,
Yeah?
right.
And I'm going to assume that you would have a booth out at your block party, so if people wanted to drop donations, they can drop it in the booth, yeah?
I'm experienced with concerts. We've been doing concerts for at least a couple of years. Concerts are very good for the Culture and Arts Commission. We are using concerts and stuff like that. And we've been doing it a while.
Oh, we can't wait for it all. Any other questions, comments? Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. Okay. Item number 5, discussion and take possible, I think Sheila wanted us to put this down because she had to leave the room. Can I have a motion to go out of order? Jump to number 6, please, discussion and take possible action.
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Ms. Lombardi, thank you. Bowden? Okay, discussion and take possible action regarding the resolution for program income change and use for the small city. I do want to give it. Yeah. All in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion carries 7-0. Thank you. So the discussion take possible action regarding the resolution for the program income change use. This is that small city grant. So between 2008 and 2014, I gotta get my years right, we received approximately $800,000 in grant money from the state of Connecticut. And what this grant money did was it went to fix up people's homes that qualified through income verification. And what it was is they would use the homes, Lisa Lowe used to be in charge of it, Tom Foley, then we would go and they would fix up the home, and when we gave them the money, it was at 0% interest, and what happened is when the house was fixed, the town of Seymour would put a lien on it. And then we would be paid back either by the sale of the house or to transfer the deed. Either they sold the house or it was transferred to somebody. So the town has a pool of that money. And what we do is approach the state with it and say, we have X amount of money. We have the Seymour Housing Authority needs to do some work on Seymour Avenue for the houses over there. So we would like to tell the state that we'd like to use this money to help them for their engineering costs. This way, with their other money, they can put that towards the improvement of the laterals and whatever projects they have going towards the improvement of that area.
Do we have any culpability? Because I recognize they do a lot of good work for people without many funds, but there were a lot of complaints.
So this culpability, so what you're referring to is this isn't going to be used for houses.
Right.
This is used for the road. They have to put all new sewers.
So we're going to get
sewer
permission
lines.
to use it for.
So we're getting permission from the state of Connecticut to use this wad of money, if you will, for engineering and consulting for the laterals. and all
Probably a
that.
better use based on the complaints on
Yes,
the
yes,
prior.
yes.
Okay, thank you.
So,
I'd be in support of that.
that's what that is for, not to do more houses, but just to use that money for them so their money can go further down the road.
Those were items that they had to deal with anyways, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Do we need a vote to request to use those funds for that purpose? Are you looking for a motion or?
There's a resolution in our
Resolution,
package.
it's right here.
Item number 6. Rich, do we need to read the resolution into the,
Well, what you can do is you can either read the resolution and have someone move it, or you could approve the resolution as written and have the resolution attached to the next. Motion to move the resolution as written.
thank you.
Yep,
Motion by
second.
Al,
Second.
Yeah.
second by Chris Bowen, all in discussion?
I just need to stress once again the importance of this project and that we need to do pretty much anything that we can within reason to improve the condition of the lateral so that the road can be paved. It is abominable, the condition of that road, especially with people on that road.
Go ahead, Roy.
I spoke to Dave Kaiser when I got the update. What they're looking at doing now is, I don't know if you've seen it, there's a new technology where they're able to reline pipes that are in the ground, that they don't have to be excavated.
Right.
And so that's what they're pursuing, to be able to build the roadway during the next year, regardless of the outcome.
This way they don't have to tear up everything, it's just,
We
right.
don't have to be concerned about that. That
That's a good thing.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion carries 7-0. Thank you, everyone. Okay, well, we're gonna, she's not here, so we're gonna go into discussion, take, possible action regarding the downtown waterfront housing proposal. In your packet, you will see a letter, if I can talk, right, from O'Reilly and McGanny Architects. They're requesting a letter of intent as a designated developer regarding the development of air rights over municipal property at 25 and 60 Wakely Street for the purpose of building market rate rental apartments. Attorney Brazil?
There we go. Madam First Selectwoman, I would request that the Board of Selectmen add an executive session concerning this matter to the agenda because a public discussion of some of the issues that I would like to discuss may affect the valuation of the property, and that's a permissible basis to go into executive session.
So can I have a motion to add to the agenda in executive session McGanny waterfront property?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Bob, second by Trish. Discussion?
If I may,
Yes, Mr. Stanek?
if I may ask a question of council.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Question to town council.
Yes, Fred?
I'm just wondering, with the section of 1-200, we are going into executive session.
The section dealing with the conveyance involving real property.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Conveyance
Speak toward
involving,
the phone.
yeah, a conveyance involving rural property.
Real property,
Real, I'm saying,
such that a public discussion may impact the valuation.
a public discussion may impact the valuation.
Is this a lease situation with the developer?
It may.
It may.
I have nothing further at this time.
And if it's the board's desire to go into executive session for this discussion, then I would ask that the Economic Development Director, myself, and Rory be present.
Absolutely. Yes. Okay. May I have all in favor?
Aye.
I oppose.
Motion carries. Oh, here comes Mr. All in favor to go into executive, to add that on to the executive session? Mr. Lombardi, we waited for you to take a vote. Okay. 601, please note Chris Bowen's, 610, sorry. 610, 6 ayes. Chris Bowen's no to go in executive session.
So that adds it to the agenda, so now you need a motion to go into executive session.
Well, we have the items to accept before we go into executive
Yes.
session.
Yes, you do.
So are we calling this item number C
Yes.
under executive session?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Item number 7, action in lieu of special town meeting. A, discussion and take possible action regarding transfer control number 8. In your packet, you will have a transfer request, so I need a motion to approve the transfer control number 8 regarding the transfer of $216,395.78
So,
from the general fund. It's okay. From the general fund.
So moved.
Motion by Bob
Second.
Finley, Chris
Second.
Bowen. Okay. Discussion?
How's our general fund doing?
We're okay. We're right now in the middle of the audit, but
Okay. We have to pay for it, so I'm
well,
gonna
we
go
have to pay
ahead,
for it,
but
but we okayed this back
so-
in, August of
Yep.
last year, knowing that this was going to come.
I asked the same question, Trish.
We said August of last year we had to do this.
Yep.
So
I understand.
we knew,
Right.
right?
The original Oak Ridge quote, I believe, was budgeted for 5%. And in actuality, when we did sign the final contract, the increase was 17%. And
Correct.
this is where our shortfall is.
Oh, I remember. Still wanted to know the answer to my question.
Okay.
And can we, did we set up a committee yet for trash collection with the town?
No, we haven't set up that committee yet because we're still trying to make sure we have enough secretaries for the committees that we have. We have to set up that committee. But to set up trash collections with the town, to look at other vendors, to look at the way we're doing things. I want this committee to have a purpose. I don't want to have a committee just to have a committee, say we have a committee. I want the committee to have a mission before we
Looking at
set.
having Public Works do it, so we don't have to deal with it.
That's not going to work because Public Works has more to do.
Oh, I thought
They
when
have-
we initially discussed it,
Yeah,
that was a
they have
viable
more
option.
work now than they had before. So to have Public Works put this committee together, no, they don't have the time to do that. It's gonna have to be made up of committee members, of volunteers, of elected people.
No, I meant for garbage collection.
But
We
have the
talked
Public
about
Works
having the
committee
town do it.
We talked about
initially.
exploring that.
We
Right.
we talked about exploring it, but to have the Public Works Committee do it right now,
No, not have the Public Works Committee do it, get a committee put together
To
to
see-
explore
to-
before our next contract is up and due, what we're going, how we're going to handle.
we have 3 years for our contract to be up.
Right.
We have time. It's not a 1-year contract, we have 3 years.
We just passed the 1-year mark.
Well, I think that's gonna take some time to figure out and look into, so, all right.
Okay, Trish is on the committee and she's chairing it.
Which was what you thinking, like a year and a half out, get it together?
Yeah.
Like another,
Well, you wanna be ready and
Right.
to go and have a plan before the
another
next
year?
But-
contract is here in front of us.
There should be a
so-
clear mission and vision of what that committee's
I
role is
agree.
gonna be,
Yeah.
so.
I agree of putting a committee together. I agree wholeheartedly with you. We have 2 years left on our contract, but before we put a committee together, I want to make sure that committee has a mission and goals as to why they're being put together, not just to sit there and meet and talk about what they're going to do. How are we going to do it? Where are we going to do it? What are we going to do? Before, here are your goals, here are your objections, and here is your mission. Not just come together to figure out what their goals and their mission is going
Correct.
to be.
Okay.
Trish, I want to make sure I'm clear. You're asking to put the committee together, not talk about charges yet or anything.
You
You're just
gotta have
talking
it-
about having it ready.
You can't
Because
put
we're
a
2
committee like
years
this
out.
together a year before the contract is
that's your
due
point,
and
right?
have something viable before the contract's due, so we're gonna be stuck in the same
Right.
situation
So if
again.
we're 2 years out now, when do you feel the committee should be put together and charged?
I thought we were putting something together last year, so, I mean, it's not my forte, but I know what we talked about, so we weren't in this position again. I don't like being held bound to this kind of garbage, no pun intended.
No pun intended.
Well, what we're going
Uh,
to find is that we're going to be charging more and more as the state of Connecticut is leaning more towards, and this came out of the DEP's commissioner's mouth, is pay to throw as opposed to trash for energy, because the state of Connecticut wants to move away for trash for energy and do the pay to throw. So it's going to be looking like the towns are going to be paying per the price. That's why they're putting in all these new recycling laws, composting laws, aerobic digestive systems, and that's what we've been looking at to see what we can do in Seymour. Do we have the space to do it? And Public Works is looking at that, but that's the way the state of Connecticut commissioner wants to go. She wants to go to the pay to throw. So it's either the town's going to take the hit on it, or the townspeople are going to take the hit on it and paying for their own trash. So there's a lot more moving parts than just putting a committee together to say, okay, let's go out to bid, let's go do this, let's go do that. Because right now, if we put a committee together to go out to bid, we're going to have to buy all new toters for all the residential homes that we have, because those toters belong to the waste management. Not a big problem, but when this contract came in, you were looking at a 12-week time to get those toters in, and the town has to pay for those toters. Our 10-year contract that we had with them, we still don't own these toters. We still, to this day, don't own our toters, and that's why they replace them for free and not charge us, because they own these toters.
All right, well, we don't need to spend too much time on it now, but, I mean, this is the first I'm hearing we were kind of changing gear from what we talked about.
We're not
the
changing gears, we
initial.
just haven't put our committee together yet. The budget issue deficit